Vicky Price, is Britain broke?
No, Britain can borrow quite easily, as it's shown it was able to do throughout the whole COVID period. We borrowed £300 billion in 1 year. We're borrowing 150 nearly £billion over the year that is just finishing, and we'll be borrowing more in the years to come. This suggests to me that the UK can easily overcome some of the problems it has faced, but of course at a cost, as you rightly said. We have to pay interest on the debt. They're not huge amounts, actually. We shouldn't exaggerate how that 85 billion, yes, this is accrued interest, if you like, that we're going to be having to be paying over a period of time. And it does raise, indeed, the overall debt temporarily, but it's all quite manageable for the time being. But what is the problem is that individuals and households are in real trouble right now because their standard of living is declining. Inflation is as high as we have not seen, in fact, in decades, and is likely to possibly reach double-digit figures by maybe sort of May or June of this year, and maybe stay at high levels for some time. And that is a problem, of course, for most people because their wages are not keeping up with it. So that's the real issue, that we're having a population which is going to feel a real squeeze in the year ahead, and that squeeze may last for quite some time.
The first sentence was, we can borrow and not be impoverished. Well, where I come from, if your government is already £2.6 thousand billion in debt, any household that's in debt, if you borrow more, how does that make you more prosperous? No, it makes you more in debt. It's a nonsense that these economists keep coming out with. Don't worry about borrowing more and more, because apparently that can improve your financial situation. Well, apart from anything, it's totally illogical. Now, also, everyone's always looking for a simple, easy solution to being broke or not. Of course we're broke. The question is, how long can they keep on spinning the plates? Well, clearly, if you look back to the 1990s, the level of debt in society has been rising exponentially. So they've been spinning the plates for 25 years, shall we say. Well, that's all fine and well, while borrowing rates have been falling for 40, 50 years. Well, I'm not saying that borrowing rates are particularly going to rise for the next 25 years, but they're certainly not going to fall any longer because until recently they were at all-time lows. So, of course, it's getting more expensive for the government to service debt, for companies, and indeed for households to service debt. And look where we are now. As you said earlier, Mark, as everyone knows, my goodness, home energy costs are going up 50% a year. Go to the gas station and fill up your tank. You're looking at £1.75 a litre, whereas 2 years ago, you were looking at £1 a litre. 75% increase. Everyone knows also the phrase, it's about eating or heating. Why on earth, in the 21st century, with our technology and with our brains, why on earth are people in this country having to decide about eating or heating? I'll tell you why. It's because the politicians for the last 25 years have gone through a process of impoverishing us, and now the chickens are coming home to roost.